The first thing that's just coming through so powerfully that I want to mention right off the top is strong polarities. It's like we're going to be 1 minute just having the highest of highs, and then we're going to ride that right into the lowest of lows. And then we're going to be feeling super low and depressed and disconnected from everything, and then we're going to ride that right back to another high. And it's just going to seem like we're not in the middle too much. It's going to seem like we're just going from high to low, low to high. And it's just, what this is just a balancing of energies. It's a balancing of everything that is coming up right now, because these higher frequencies that are coming into Earth, they're really dredging up and pulling up all of the collective darkness. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be feeling that, and really we're going to be feeling overwhelmed by it. And so much of the darkness is just going to feel like it's just not ours. And some of it is, and it all is in the larger sense because it's all one. But the beautiful thing is we're going to be doing lots of clearing and just purging, and we're going to be letting go of so much of our own beliefs of scarcity and lack and fear and unworthiness. And right when we feel like we've had enough and we just want to give up on this whole Ascension light worker thing, and like we're gonna be feeling like we're not gonna succeed at this. right when we can't take it for another second, it feels like we're gonna go to one of our highest, most transcendent, connected, heavenly, expanded experiences that we've ever had. And we're gonna be so high, and we're gonna see it all for what it is so clearly, and we're gonna have this inner knowing that everything is happening for a divine reason, and that the light is coming through, and it is carrying us into this new earth, this new reality, and we're gonna be embodying our truth and living through our heart more than ever. And then, and that's what this is telling me. That's what I'm feeling right now, is just strong polarities because of the intense purging that is going on right now. And building on the point of strong polarities, what this can mean is, one moment you might find that your heart is just wide open and warm, and you feel vibrant and just totally alive and like in your heart center. And then the next moment it just feels so closed and cold, and like it's just locked shut and you can't find the key. And it's just, and you feel maybe heavy in your heart. And this could happen in the mind too. 1 second you're having racing thoughts, super intrusive dark thoughts, and just crazy uncontrollable thought storms, And then the next minute you have so much stillness and silence, maybe more stillness and silence than ever. So this is just, like I said, this is a month of polarities, and it's really going to take us to our edge a lot. Sometimes we're going to be having so many dark thoughts that it's just going to feel so overwhelming and unbearable. But because that's happening, so much is being purged. We're seeing this is truly the polarities. What the polarities are really here for is to help us to see and confront our darkness in a more intimate and real way than we ever have. And it's through seeing in our darkness, it's through looking right at it and embracing it with openness, with love. Because here's the thing, the last thing our darkness needs is to be pushed away. That's why it got so dark in the first place. It's because it was just pushed away. What our darkness needs is an unconditional loving embrace. And when we give our darkness an unconditional loving embrace, we help to restore a harmony to the energies, not only within ourselves, but within the collective, within the entire planet. And so when our darkness comes up, it's a beautiful opportunity to integrate an aspect of ourself that we have truly never been able to accept or love before. And as it comes up, and as it is embraced in our loving, spacious nature, then guess what? We get to experience the other side of those dark, intrusive thoughts, which is just this beautiful, spacious silence, serenity, and peace. So you're going to experience insane, overwhelming darkness in the mind at times, but then on the other side, this just magnificent, luminous peace. One of the truly beautiful things about May is that you are going to be blessed with feeling more support than ever. You're going to start having much more contact with your spirit guides. And this could be in the form of just receiving this warm flow of grace through your crown. A lot of times we can receive just like these, like shivers will descend down into us, or just this warm crystalline energy that you can just feel it just warming your heart and opening you up to grace. You might feel really connected to your guides and your angels and to God and your higher self in your dreams. You might have all kinds of synchronicities happening this month, like so crazy that you can't even believe. You might think you're just literally dreaming up reality because of all the synchronicities you might be experiencing this month. This month, more than ever for a lot of us, we're really going to experience support from the non-physical in such a real, almost like tangible, more tangible than ever. And this might freak some of us out at first. But after some time, it will become more normal, and we will cultivate this relationship with the non-physical, our guides, our higher self, the universe, God. We're going to cultivate this very deep relationship to the non-physical, and we're going to learn to trust the non-physical more this month than we have at any point in our awakening. Because this month it's going to be required that we have the trust and the support of the non-physical because of so much of the intense work that we're going to be doing, of so much of the purging that's going to happen. But the beautiful thing about the support from the non-physical is that it's going to guide us back into reclaiming our power. The non-physical support, our guides, our higher self, is going to be right there with us when all of this darkness is coming up. And it's going to be telling us that this is your power coming up. Embrace your power. So many of us have neglected our power and suppressed it because we've seen it so abused. We've seen power so misused and abused in our lives. We've seen people use power to control others, to exploit others. And so we have surrendered and given away our own power. But right now, through what's happening, through all of the vibrations through the higher frequency that's coming into Earth, we are being called to embrace our power once more, to own our power. Because like I've said in another video, when we use our power, we're using it through our heart. We're using it in service of others. We're not using it to control and exploit like we've seen others do in our life. So the non-physical is going to be right here with us as we face our inner darkness that we've always been afraid of facing. Because we are really going to need the non-physical support to have the courage and the fearlessness to open to our darkness. Because when we open to our darkness, what we're doing is we're shining the light of source on it, the light of pure awareness, which is pure love. And darkness cannot survive in the light of love. And that's what the darkness needs more than ever. Our darkness needs to know that it is love too. That's why it's coming up right now. It's coming up to say, show me that I'm love so that I can be integrated, so that we can heal, so that we can help heal this planet, so that we can help awaken this planet. The darkness that is coming up is not bad, it's not negative. It's just a part of you that needs to know that it too is love, that it too is God. And so at first, if we try to do this all by ourselves, we can feel overwhelmed because the darkness that's going to come up this month is going to be intense. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This is going to be a month of immense transformation for all of us. And whenever there's immense transformation involved, there's immense integration, immense polarities involved, because that's how it happens. We've got to go to the two extremes. And so when we're in the depths of our darkness, it's the connection that we've been cultivating with the non-physical support that's really going to help us integrate that darkness and hold space for us as we embrace and love that darkness. And as we love it, guess what? Like I was saying earlier, integration. We go back into connection, into peace, into love, with more wisdom and power than ever before. I feel like it's so important to go over that this is going to be a month of intense crown chakra activations. It's going to be anything from intense burning to, like, you could even feel like you have almost bruising sensations through your head. You're going to maybe feel like lots of brain fog, like you can't process information. Maybe you can't read or write anything. You can't maybe process sequentially or use logic. And what's happening is so much light is coming in through these crown chakra activations that it's kicking up all the old, like, dormant beliefs. It's like when you shine a bright light in a really dirty attic. At first it's like, whoa, there's a lot of debris here. And that's kind of what's happening to us. All that debris, all those older fear programming beliefs and of scarcity, lack, and unworthiness, they're all being kicked up. And so as they're mixing with the light for a while, it's like we're just turned off. It's like the light needs to rewire our nervous systems. The light is helping us to let go of, to purge our older beliefs, our limiting beliefs. And so this is just a movement of patience, of trust, and the hidden gift in this is it helps you to live more spontaneously through the heart. Because you can't think clearly for a while, you can't live through the mind anymore. So many of us, we try to plan our lives through the mind. We try to we try to predict everything that's going to happen. We plan what we're going to say to others before we say it. Well, when this type of crown chakra activation is happening, and it's kicking up all of those older beliefs, and we're just so foggy, we can't read anything, we can't think, we can barely even think of 3 words of what we're going to say next. Guess what? We have to live more from the intuitive intelligence of the body, of the heart, and we have to learn to trust that the non-physical is taking care of everything for us. And in this way, we are aided so divinely and so beautifully in letting go of our identification with the mind. Because guess what? As we let go of it, we learn to live through the heart. After some time of rewiring and restructuring, the mind comes back. But now it's an assistant to the divine. It's an assistant to our higher self. Instead of running the show with all its fear and limiting beliefs and all of that nonsense programming, right? Now it comes back as this more precise instrument, as this more silent tool to assist our heart and to assist the divine. Another point I want to mention quickly is that you might feel like all of a sudden you have a sore throat for like 20 minutes and then it's just gone. And then maybe it comes back a couple days later and stays for an hour or something. Or you get really raspy in the throat. This is because of the throat chakra openings that are also happening. So a lot of clearing is happening through the throat. The throat is where our superego is found. Or in other words, a superego you can think of as that partness that wants to control things, right? So this is really helping us to let go of control or our illusion of control. And this is a really good sign if you're suddenly getting sore throats and then it's just going away and coming back. Or maybe for you it's staying for a longer period of time. Don't have any concern about that. This is part of the Ascension energies, the Ascension process right now. Because so many activations are happening, especially, in the throat, the third eye, and the crown. So just know that this happens, and I don't want you to worry about it, and know it's a really good thing, actually. Some of you might be finding that what you used to desire and enjoy are just falling away. Some of you are outgrowing old desires. It's like you're spinning out of resonance with the old, and you're coming into this new place, this higher vibration, because we're doing so much inner work and our vibrations are going up so rapidly. It's like we're spinning out of resonance with what used to, what we used to really enjoy. And that can worry you at first. But do trust as you let go of the things, the relationships, the hobbies, the food, the habits, the decisions that are no longer in vibrational alignment. What you're doing is you're creating the space for what is in vibrational alignment for you. And you're going to have such a deep resonance for what comes in as you let go of what you're spinning out of resonance from. And this can be kind of a process where we doubt because of all the letting go. And letting go takes so much trust. And this is where cultivating that deep relationship with the non-physical is really going to support you and is really going to help you to know that yes, you are loved and you are being guided, and that you can trust and let go of what no longer resonates with you anymore. And the last thing I'll leave you guys with is this. This month, you are going to be triggered. And initially, you're going to want to just, blame the other person, Or maybe you're triggering people. But if we can see the gift in being triggered is the other person has triggered up an aspect of us that we previously haven't had the awareness to love before, that we haven't had the awareness to accept before. Then every time we're triggered, we can see it as an opportunity, and we can say, thank you, God, for bringing me this person who knew how to trigger me so precisely so that I could actually love an aspect of myself that I previously was unable to love. The reason we get triggered in the first place is because there's these inner children in us that just have never been heard. And so when someone, kind of wounds us and wounds one of those inner children, one of those spots of pain or trauma, then it comes up. And when it comes up, we have a choice. We can either push it away and suppress it and get mad at the other person, or we can take space, go within, and love this inner child that has come up for us to see. And in this way, we heal and integrate this aspect of us that is just wounded, that is just in pain. And we see that the triggering was just an opportunity for us to integrate more of the darkness that is coming up. And as we integrate the darkness within us, when we get triggered, well, we're doing work for everybody. We're creating new pathways of consciousness for the one, for everybody. And that's what this is all about right now. All these strong polarities, all the intense darkness, all the symptoms, all the energy, so much energy coming through that we feel like we can't even constructively channel it at times. It's so overwhelming. All of this is trying to birth something new through us. A new consciousness is trying to be birthed through us. Or another way of saying the same thing is we are already source energy. And as source energy, we are in this body, reprogramming this body. And to reprogram it, everything that is tethered and anchored in fear and lack and separation and conflict and judgment has to come up for us to see it and for us to heal it and for us to reprogram this body and for us to live as source energy and for us to shine our light. So this is a month where we're going to face it all. We're going to face all of our inner darkness. The collective is going to face their inner darkness. It's all coming up, but we have all the support we need. We have all the tools we need. We have all the guidance we need. And it's going to be a ride, of course. There's no avoiding that. It's going to be a ride. It's going to be a ride of polarities. But if we take the ride through our thinking mind, it's going to be a lot rougher ride than it needs to be. If we can take the ride through our heart space, if we can rest in our heart, if we can embrace heart-centered consciousness, then the ride is going to be much more peaceful and serene. And it's going to feel much more balanced. And the sooner, the more we can open the heart and the more we can rest in the heart space, the more, the smoother and the sooner we will balance out all of these polarities that are coming through right now. So that is my May energy ascension update. I hope that this was helpful. You guys are doing amazing work. Thank you for all the work you're doing. Thank you for shining your light and living your truth. It helps more than you can imagine. I love you all very much. Namaste.